こんばんは、みーチャンネルです。
Konbanwa, Mark desu.
Welcome to our channel.
Yokoso and welcome back to the channel. What's our Japanese word for today?
Today, 落とし物。
Otoshimono. So what does otoshimono mean?
落とし。First ね。
Otoshi?
落とし。物。
And what does mono mean?
も。
Something. Lost something. I see.
Lost something.
So yesterday I thought I lost my phone.
Yeah.
So I went to the shop. So I should have said otoshimono.
落とし物。
So, watashi no keitai denwa
落
otoshimono.
としました。
Otoshimashita.
落としました。ルーズね。
はい。
落としました。
はい。
ありませんか ?Can you find?
はい。ありませんか？
ありませんか？
はい。
Please find.
So can you say otoshimono slowly?
落とし物。
Good. Okay, great. So,
How do you say?
so if you ever lose something here in Japan,
落とし物。
you can use otoshimono. Okay, cool.
落とし物を something 落としました。
Otoshimashita.
Past ですね。
Yes. I lost.
iPhone 落としました。
はい。携帯電話落としました。
携帯電話につけてね。
はい。
スマートフォンでしょ。
Yes. Smartphone. So
スマホ。
smartphone.
スマホ。
Smartphone.
スマホ。
Smartphone. 落としました。
落としました。Great.
Cool. Great.
はい。
So what is our Japanese food for today?
海苔
Nori.
海苔
So, like this one?
Yes. 海苔
Okay. So, what does this say here?
味付け海苔。海苔。
Nori. So these two.
海苔。
Nori.
Yes.
And then this one is?
This country is seaweed.
Sea, yes. So, nori is seaweed. Yeah.
Nori, seaweed.
Yeah. But nori is used in sushi. So, the wrap that you get on sushi is nori.
いつも寿司海苔 is big ね。
Yes. So they're the nori sheets.
海苔 sheet.
Yes.
In Japanese hotel. Morning. Breakfast.
Breakfast. So you eat them for breakfast. So what would you eat it with in the morning? Would you just eat it on its own, or would you put it with rice, or what would you do?
With rice.
Yeah.
Soy sauce and rice. Nice.
And it's tasty. Yeah, it's good actually. I like nori.
Fiber.
Yes, good source of fiber. Very healthy. Yeah, and
morning time. Good.
Good for morning time. And then if you have sushi for lunch or dinner as well. Yeah. And what other foods would you eat it with? So it's famous for eating with sushi, but how about other Japanese foods?
Sushi with rice.
With rice. Okay.
Something with rice.
Okay. So how about like an onigiri?
Yes. Onigiri.
So sometimes when you buy them in the konbini, like in the triangular ones, they have the nori on it, yeah?
Not with package, né?
Yeah.
It's healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's healthy and tasty, and
do you like?
Yeah, I like.
Sushi.
I like it, especially when you go for sushi, and a lot of sushi doesn't have nori. Yeah, so then there's a lot like it's just kind of fish and rice, and then when you get it feels like something different. You know, when you get some of the rolls, and then you get the nori taste, but also a lot of the time the nori, the sushi rolls with the nori can have things like vegetables and like sometimes avocado, and so you get different tastes. So I like when I see the nori ones coming, I like it. Yeah, it's a good change of pace.
Good for health.
Yes, very healthy.
Coming here.
Not working for me yet.
Soon.
I need to
eat.
Yeah, I'll have to eat all of this. Maybe I'll get one here.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we have next?
Place?
Yes, Japanese place.
This today is Kanagawa Prefecture.
Kanagawa? Okay.
Do you know Kanagawa?
So Kanagawa is
Yokohama.
Kanagawa is south of Tokyo. Yes, southwest of Tokyo. Yeah.
East, west, south,
west. Yeah, southwest of Tokyo. Yeah, and it said it has Yokohama there. Yokohama is the most famous place there. Yeah.
I don't know most other Hakone or Oda and lots of famous.
But I think for people outside of Japan, they would know Yokohama, but maybe not the other places. But for Japanese people, maybe there's a lot of famous places in Kanagawa, but not maybe outside Japan. Yeah, people, maybe their knowledge is limited.
Haneda.
Yeah. Haneda is more of a business airport, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So normally, if you fly to Tokyo, there's two main airports. There's Haneda and Narita.
Chiba.
Yeah, and many normal kind of commercial flights will fly probably into Narita. Sometimes they will go by Haneda, but mostly it's kind of used for business and stuff. Because isn't it close to what's the name? Odaiba? Yeah, it's close to there.
Haneda.
Yeah, Haneda is close to Odaiba, and that's where a lot of companies house their like foreign workers and stuff. So it's very handy for business and things like that. But let's get back to Kanagawa. So there's Yokohama. So what's Yokohama famous for?
Yokohama, the big.
There's a fairground there. With a Ferris wheel, and then there's a fairground as well. Yeah.
Yokohama port.
It's a port as well. Okay. Yeah. And there's a very nice beach there. Yeah, if you like beaches, Yokohama is one of the places, especially in summer. A lot of Japanese people go there.
Mainly surfing.
There's lots of surfing there.
Seaside.
Yeah, a lot of seaside there, but it's different than a lot of the other places that we talked about because it has more of a feel of like almost a foreign beach. Just the way people use it, like it's similar to say if you went to Hawaii or somewhere, it has a similar feel compared to maybe some of the other northern places. Where you're just going to the beach maybe to enjoy the beauty and stuff. But there it's kind of, you're going to the way you would say almost anywhere else. You know, you're just going to relax and some people are going there to be seen, and there's going to be tons of people there as well. Not going to be much space. But also in Yokohama they have the Cup Noodle Museum.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can go there and get your own cup noodle made, so you can tell them, I want this and this, and you can get that done, and that's a really cool thing. What's the famous thing to eat from Kanagawa?
Kanagawa, the fish market, misaki, and
what's misaki?
Misaki, which name? Misaki, tuna.
Famous brand of tuna.
Tuna, and Kanagawa is big.
Yeah.
We have onsen, Odawara, Hakone. Hakone is famous. And close to Yokohama station, lots of baseball stadium, museum, Yokohama. Sakuragicho, we went to fireworks.
Yes.
Then park.
Yes.
But not Disneyland, but
no, just park. Yeah. But there's lots to do and see in Yokohama, and it's very accessible if you're staying in Tokyo as well. How long?
Chinatown.
Oh, we went to Chinatown as well. Yeah, we had a great time in Chinatown there, actually.
And the
temple.
Buddha, you saw.
We saw a big Buddha as well.
Kamakura.
Kamakura is there as well. And Kamakura, they had the old funicular railway.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's like a really old style railway that you can use there as well, which was cool. And in Kamakura itself, it has the big Buddha, but it's also it's got a very kind of old vibe to it, like the town. You see like the old roofs and stuff like that, and the old style buildings that you don't really see in Tokyo. And it's it's very close to Tokyo, so it's really good to. You can go out on a day trip there, and just go around and have a look around and just kind of experience kind of the way things looked before all the big high-rises and stuff came to Tokyo. It's really cool, I think. Yeah. So Kanagawa is a really good spot overall, really, in terms of there's good food there, there's nice beaches, you've got a lot of culture to see as well, and it's really good for a day trip out of Tokyo. It's probably one of the most recommended places to go to, I'd say. And it's also good. It's a good place to live if you work in Tokyo too, because you can live there and have all the advantages of living there and still only be about 1 hour to Tokyo. Yeah, from there. So pretty easy. Yeah. So Kanagawa, really good place to go.
Yeah, Yokohama is good.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we have next?
Do you like sumo?
Sumo. Sumo. We've been to the sumo museum before and watched some sumo. So sometimes it's good to watch the match, but I wouldn't like to go for the whole day and just waiting around in the crowd and stuff. I'd like to see maybe one match, and then it's once the match starts though, it's really exciting, but they're very short. But what about you? Do you like sumo?
I don't know. I don't like.
You don't like? Why don't you like?
Why naked? Why only men?
Yes.
So last month, so the small area, not go to the women.
Yes.
Some people it's right. No, some people it's sick.
So a guy had basically a guy was making a speech, like the head of the local chapter or whatever it was. But whoever it was, he had a heart attack, and he fell down in the sumo circle, and women aren't allowed in the circle. Yeah.
Doctor.
So the guy was having a heart attack. He was dying. So some women ran down from the crowd, and then the announcer guy was shouting at them to get out of the circle because they're unclean.
Woman, get out.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah. And the reason for it was because they said that the circle is it's to do with Buddhism. So sumo is related to like the holy rites in Buddhism stuff, and the circle is considered holy ground. The same way, say, a church would be in Christianity or something like that. So when the sumo wrestlers go in, they throw salt around to purify the circle. But in Buddhism and related to sumo, they believe that a woman, because of her period, her monthly blood, is impure, and allowing her into the circle would then desecrate the circle. So that's what they believe, but it's very old-fashioned. It's a bit stupid, I think, because why? Like, a woman's not going to go and have her period while she's helping a guy to, like, when he's collapsed for a heart attack. So, like, the people who were, especially the guy that was shouting, and anybody who said it was wrong of the women to do it, need to get a bit of perspective, I think, because like, there's traditions and then there's a person's life, and in that case, the person's life should come first. But also, sumo needs to modernize a bit as well, because it's a bit silly because there was another thing as well where there was a mayor, and in the sumo tournament in this area, the mayor normally presents the statue or the trophy, and she wasn't allowed into the circle because she was a woman to present it. So she had to present it outside the circle, and then she gave a speech about it was wrong how they prevented her from going in. So I'm with you on that. Like that, sumo as a spectacle can be okay to watch, but sumo as like the modern cultural element of it, it needs to modernize and fit into how things work in the modern world. Like, you know, having things like, because there's been other things like with golf and stuff where they had courses where they wouldn't allow women to play golf and stuff, and there was a lot of local pressure. Talking about like in the UK and stuff, where tournaments were taken away from them, and because they weren't seen as modern. And something like that has to happen with sumo as well, where if they don't want to modernize, well then society has to make them, force them to modernize. Because that was absolutely crazy what happened with that. Like, and like 4 women going up to help the guy, and then some idiot with like a microphone shouting at them saying, "You're unclean, get out of the circle." And you know, and then sumo has had a lot of bad press as well, because didn't one of the champions or something hit another guy with a beer bottle? Yeah, not too long ago.
Also, Mongolia.
Yeah.
So it's scouting. So they are big small Yokozuna, but they are Mongolian group.
Yeah.
One big before famous Japanese small wrestler don't like Mongolian team because Mongolian is drink I don't know. Then finally his stuff hit so then blow and I don't know. It's in Japanese people say sumo is Japanese sports, but lots of Mongolian not try to Japanese people sumo. So maybe judo or wrestling is famous.
A lot of the successful sumo wrestlers now don't come from Japan. They come from Mongolia or some from Polynesia as well. And so a couple of years ago, there was actually a Japanese champion for the first time in many years, and people were all celebrating and stuff because the Japanese person finally managed to do it. But yeah, the culture is a bit toxic in it, and I think if it was in another country, given what's happening with things like the Me Too that we talked about last week as well, that I think now there would be under a lot of pressure to change. But I think in Japan, the way it works with scandals like that is that someone comes out and apologizes, and then they just wait for something else to happen for the media to move on to something else. So they don't really change. They just kind of say, "Oh, sorry about that," but then they keep doing the same stuff. So sumo is in terms of, as I said, spectacle, tradition, and that kind of thing. It's a nice part of Japan, but sometimes tradition and culture has to change to fit in with the way modern things are. Like we can't, just because something has been done the same way for hundreds or 1,000 years or wherever it is, doesn't mean that it's right to still do it today. There's been a lot of things down through the years that have had to change because it's just not the way we are as a society anymore. I think sumo is one of those. It's a fantastic thing to go and watch and see and learn about, but the people associated with it need to kind of get with the times. Yeah. So what have we got next?
Hi, modern culture.
Okay. Yep.
You like gacha gacha?
What's gacha gacha?
Gacha gacha. Coin, 100 yen, 200 yen.
So you put the coins in. Is it the one where the turn? Oh yeah, we did before. It's something that you do when we go to round one. You do it, yeah. So they give you like they're like tokens, but they look like coins. Yeah. And you put it in. It's I wouldn't do it all day. it's okay when you go to round one, they give you like a little bucket with stuff in. But once I'm finished that, I don't feel like I want to do, like I don't want to do anymore. But there are people who sit there all day, yeah.
What do you think? Gacha gacha. Road, lot of gacha gacha there. Road and station. Inside, so some figure or figure. Lots of figure.
Yeah.
Gacha gacha. Business. Snacks.
Snacks, okay.
Read.
Okay, so it says Happy Tan.
Happy Tan.
Happy Tan.
Happy Tan. Happy.
Happy Tan. So, what kind of tan?
I don't know, Happy Tan.
Is it like a tan like from the sun? You see the back here as well. You got some things in here. And who's Senbei? So, and who's she?
Tangoji.
Tangoji.
Tan King.
Ah, that's a guy.
Hi.
Okay. It looks like a girl.
Hi.
Nice.
King.
Nice. Okay. And these are senbei?
Hi.
Okay. So what is senbei for some little
Rice. From rice.
From rice? So
rice.
What, it's like a cracker or a biscuit? Yeah?
Rice.
Cracker. Yeah. Okay.
Open.
Ah, happy turn.
Hi.
So,
happy turn.
Turn. Ah, okay. So, but here's his happy tan. But it's happy turn. Okay. So, do you want to open? You're the expert at opening these. Stuff in Japan is always very well packaged. There's not going to have some accidents. There we go.
Hey.
Okay. So, oh, nice and big.
Happy Tan is powder. It's good.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's salty or
savory?
What do you think? Salty or
I think it's going to be savory.
sugar?
I don't think it's going to be sugary. You know what they taste like already, though, don't you?
I don't know. はい。せーの。
Savory. They're nice too. What flavor is this one?
Happy Tan flavor.
Happy turn flavor. So if you like happy turn flavor, definitely try happy turn. Are some of them heart shaped?
No.
Are there one?
Lucky one.
Can you find one in there? Lucky one? Are we lucky? No, no luck today.
Happy Tan is sugar.
But it's not sweet.
Sweet.
So maybe the sugar is just taking the edge off.
Not sugar.
What else? What other ingredients are in there?
Not only sugar.
Yeah.
Maybe salty.
There's a salt there. There's almost like a shoyu kind of flavor to it.
Yeah.
Sorry, shoyu is soy sauce. Yeah.
Hey,
those are nice. Yeah, good. Thumbs up. Definitely. They're one of the best ones we've had. I'd eat those again. Excellent. So, what do we have next?
Modern culture.
Daily Japan.
Do you know Yuru Kara?
Yukara.
Yuru-kara.
What's Yuru-kara?
Character. Kumamon.
I know Kumamon.
Miyari.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of
Yes.
place.
Yes.
City.
Yes. Yes. Even in Otagawa, where I lived, they had Tomina. She was like they were famous for tomatoes. So they had Tomina.
Yes.
She was tomato lady.
Yes.
So these are characters who are like mascots.
Yes, mascot.
Yeah.
Made a mascot.
Yeah.
the contest, Grand Prix.
Yeah, I saw that they had a contest for the Olympics as well. They made 3 new characters for the Olympics. Yeah.
What do you think? No, I think not Ireland, Europe. We made lots of new characters.
Not as many in Japan as in Japan. So in Japan, a company or a city or like a food will have its own character for advertising, and there are just tons of them. I don't know, you'd never know all of them, but in Ireland and stuff, it depends on, like, people don't really invent them now. So, like, say Tato crisps, which is like a potato chip in Ireland. There's Mr. Tato. Yeah. So Mr. Tato is like a potato, like a potato with a hat and a jacket and stuff. And he's used as a character because he's been on the packets of the crisps for a very long time. So that's why they use him. Or then, like, in America, you have Ronald McDonald because he was used in their advertising, or the Colonel for Kentucky and stuff like that. But it has to have an association, historic association with the product, really. But in Japan, the product could be around for a very long time, and then maybe only now they decide, oh, we need a character, and then they'll make a character for that product that maybe doesn't have a tie to it, just because they think it's what everyone does, so they do it. So, but some of the characters can become really, really famous, like Kimono, and then because of that, then you have this other side of things where they become almost kind of like similar to the likes of Mickey Mouse and stuff, where people buy stuff related to them, like lunch boxes and any kind of merchandise you can think of, they'll buy related to that. And I suppose every company's hoping that their character is the one that takes off and becomes the next Kumamon. Because Kumamon is am I right in saying he's the most popular in Japan? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. But then there are some that are really unpopular as well. And some that are really, really crazy, because when you have a country where there must be tens of thousands of these characters all around Japan, and everyone has to be different, then some of them just go really crazy just to make theirs different. And then the Olympic ones, they almost went down the Pokemon route with them, in that they gave them special powers and stuff like that. I think they're trying to link in with the Japanese culture of having those characters, and the fact that things like Pokemon are famous outside Japan, so then people will be able to, in Japan and out from outside Japan, will be able to kind of identify with those as well. Everything you buy has one on, like this one here, like everything you buy is going to have a character on it, and some of them you'll know who they are, and some maybe you'll ask people and go, I don't know who that is. Like, so it depends on how famous they are, really. But they're all over the place, and even like the Shinkansen has ones. Japanese Railway has another one, and I'm sure like the new shuttle has one as well, but she's like a woman rather than like because many of them are kind of these amorphous, not really an animal, not really a person kind of thing. Yeah, like again, like this lady where she's like an actual senbei, or he's a senbei with a crown and stuff on. Like some of them will be recognizable as like a bear, like Kumon, because Kuma means bear. But most of them are going to be some kind of animal-like thing. And then very rarely, actually, they look more like people. So it was strange to see that on the new shuttle. Okay, So then that brings us to the end of today's video. Yeah?
No, this week, Golden Week.
Okay. Oh yeah, this week in Japan. So
Golden Week.
Golden Week. Okay, so what is Golden Week for the uninitiated?
Start 29. It's X money.
The former emperor's birthday? Yeah.
Then start. Lucky, if lucky, so Sunday.
Yeah.
This year Sunday is next day.
Yes.
Off then.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, I don't know. They go to school work.
Yeah.
Then third, fourth, fifth is holiday.
Yeah. So Golden Week is like it's a week to 10 days, really, isn't it? A week to 10 days where there are 4 holidays altogether.
Yes.
Yeah. So and that's very rare in Japan, like to have so many public holidays together. So it's a great time for people to get out and do stuff. And I was telling you, saw a funny thing the other day where it was just a one panel cartoon, and it was a salaryman coming back to his family on Golden Week and doing the thing where he has his business card, giving his business card and bowing and introducing himself because he hasn't seen his family in so long. So it's a good time to spend time with the family, but also when you go places in Golden Week, everybody is there. Yes. If you happen to come to Japan during that time, so places like Sensoji or Skytree and the really popular places are going to have even more people at it. So it's maybe a good time to check out somewhere that's less popular if you happen to be here during Golden Week. Yeah. So what do you think of Golden Week?
Golden Week is good. Golden Week. School off is good. I hope. Everybody day off.
Yeah.
Clothes.
Yeah.
It's better. Needs in Japan.
Yeah. It'd be better if they did it like kind of a midterm break. So in the UK or in America, you'd have like a midterm break. In Ireland, our midterm break is normally around Easter because of being a Catholic country. So it means that there's no school or something for a week or a week and a half. Then like a lot of businesses close as well, and people would just enjoy it. But in Japan, it's kind of, you get a day off, then you're back in school, then you get a day off. It's kind of off and on. So it's short.
Short.
Yeah.
Holiday. Lots of short holiday.
Yeah.
In Japanese people need long holiday.
Yeah.
1 week, 2 weeks.
It'd be better to make it like, just say this week is Golden Week and everybody's off. Well, not everybody, because if you want to go on the trains and stuff, someone has to work.
Train off is okay.
Yeah.
Everyone off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And make it kind of similar to maybe Christmas or something, where just like emergency staff.
Yeah. Ireland's closed.
Yeah. Dublin Airport closes on Christmas Day, and some people don't like that because then it means that they can't get back for Christmas. But I like it because it means that the people who normally work in the airport actually have a Christmas, and I'm all for that, because I remember working in a hotel over Christmas, and the hotel I was in, we had parties and we had people staying, but one of the guys was in a hotel that had one person staying in it. So there was one person staying in the hotel. We had a manager there, then there was bar staff, there were porters, there were cleaners, there were wait staff, there were reception staff, all for this one person. And the whole day, nobody saw the person. And I was thinking, why not just close the hotel then? Move them to one of the other hotels, close the whole hotel down for Christmas. And, that'd be something nice here in Japan. Because we talked last time about people overworking, working themselves to death and stuff. And just having a week where it's just, okay, everybody just have time off, go spend time with your family, have fun, would be great. Yeah. But at the moment, Golden Week is the most time where most people in Japan get off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Golden Week is good. It could be better. Really. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So now, time to end the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Hi.
Janken.
Oh, yeah.
No. How do you always do it? Are you a mind reader? Yes?
Yes. I'm strong.
Yes, very strong. So that is 7-3.
Yeah.
Wow. Yours is too good for me. I need to get I need to do 2 hands next time. Maybe I'll win.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that just remains for us then to say, Jane.
Bye bye. Channel
See
登録お願いします。
you. Ouch!